Welcome back, coin enthusiasts. Today, we have a special treat for all you collectors and investors out there. We're diving deep into one of the most iconic and valuable coins in U.S. history, the Washington $quarter coin, specifically the 1848 to 2004 D Mint Mark editions. Whether you're just starting out or you've been collecting for years, this coin's rich history, fascinating value trajectory, and current market worth might just surprise you. Stick around as we explore why this coin is such a sought-after piece in the world of numismatics. Let's first take a look at the history of the Washington quarter. This coin was first introduced in 1932 to mark the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. It replaced the standing Liberty quarter, which had been minted for only a brief period from 1916 to 1930. Designed by artist John Flanagan, the Washington quarter has seen many changes over the years. However, the version we're discussing today, the 1848 to 2004 D Mint Mark, has its own unique story. You might wonder why 1848 is part of the timeline when the Washington quarter didn't exist until 1932. Well, during this time, the D Mint Mark was added to coins struck at the Denver Mint starting in 1906. This mint mark indicates that these particular Washington quarters were minted in Denver, which plays a big role in determining their rarity and value. Now, let's zoom in on the 1848 to 2004 D Mint Mark Washington quarters specifically. From 1932 to 1998, the Washington quarter was a staple in U.S. currency, but its design didn't change much until the state quarters program kicked off in 1999. Starting in 1999, the U.S. Mint began producing quarters with designs representing each state, and these coins were also issued with the D Mint Mark in Denver. This means that every state quarter produced from 1999 to 2004 bears the famous D Mint Mark, making them incredibly popular with collectors. So, what makes these quarters so valuable? Well, as with all collectible coins, the value depends on factors like rarity, condition, demand, and of course, historical significance. For the 1848 to 2004 D Mint Mark Washington quarters, their value has steadily increased, especially for coins minted in the earlier years of the state quarters program. For example, a 1999 D Mint Mark quarter, especially one in mint condition or as part of a complete set, can fetch anywhere from $5 to $25, depending on the state it represents and its condition. But here's the kicker: some rare variations or especially well-preserved examples can be worth much more. A 2000 D Mint Mark quarter, for instance, can sell for over $50 if it's in perfect, uncirculated condition. Now let's talk about the 2004 D Mint Mark Washington quarter, which is the final year of the state quarters program. This coin marks the end of an era, and as a result, it's one of the most desirable coins in this series. The 2004 D Mint Mark Washington quarter was the last in the series, and its significance has caused a huge spike in its value. In uncirculated condition, these quarters can easily go for around $5 to $15. But as with many rare coins, if you find a gem-quality version or an error coin, the price can soar. Over the years, the 2004 D Washington quarter and other coins from the D Mint series have seen a steady increase in value, thanks to the growing interest in state quarters and mint mark-specific pieces. The market demand for these quarters has remained strong, with coins in mint condition or part of limited edition sets, like those in proof condition, fetching much higher prices. The current market value for the 2004 D Washington quarter can range from $5 to $50, but there are some exceptional specimens that could be worth more if they are graded highly by professional organizations like the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation or the Professional Coin Grading Service. You might be asking, how do I know if my 2004 D Washington quarter is worth anything? Well, identifying valuable quarters can be tricky, but here are a few tips. First, look for wear. Coins that are well worn won't be worth as much as those in mint condition. Next, check for errors. Some quarters from this time period have errors like misstrikes or off-center designs, which can make them even more valuable to collectors. Lastly, always check if your coin has been graded by a professional service. This can really help you determine its true value in the current market. So there you have it. The 1848 to 2004 D Mint Mark Washington quarter dollar coin is not only a symbol of American history, but it's also a valuable collectible with a fascinating story. From its early days to the state quarters program and beyond, this coin continues to be a favorite among collectors and investors. Whether you're holding onto a coin from the late 20th century or you've come across one of these beautiful quarters in your pocket change, be sure to take a closer look. You might just have a hidden gem on your hands. Thank you for watching today's video. If you found this information helpful, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss a valuable coin update. Have a coin you want me to analyze? Drop a comment below and I'll make sure to check it out. Host. Until next time, keep on collecting, and remember, the value of a coin is not just in its price, but in its history. Welcome back, coin collectors and history enthusiasts. Today, we're diving deep into the fascinating world of the Washington quarter dollar, specifically focusing on coins minted at the Philadelphia Mint from 1889 to 2006. You may be wondering, what makes these coins so valuable? Well, buckle up, because this coin's value history is as rich as its legacy. Now, the Washington quarter has been around for over 80 years, first struck in 1932. But today we're going to be talking about the 1889 to 2006 P Mint Mark quarters. These coins carry significant value for collectors, and in some cases, can fetch astronomical prices. So, let's take a look at their fascinating history and their value journey. The Washington quarter was first introduced in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. However, we're focusing on those minted at the Philadelphia Mint, coins marked with the P Mint mark, between 1889 and 2006. The Philadelphia Mint has a long history, producing coins since 1792, and these quarters are no exception. Let's start in 1932, the first year of the Washington quarter series. Although the 1932 P quarters are generally not rare, their value can skyrocket depending on condition. A well-preserved example in mint state can command anywhere from $50 to $150, depending on the market. However, when it comes to key dates or minting errors, these values can soar much higher. As we move through the decades, the Washington quarter continues to evolve. The 1940s and 1950s minted P quarters were produced in large quantities, which typically keeps their value under $10 for most examples. But if you happen to find one in pristine, uncirculated condition, it could fetch a higher price. However, things start to change in the 1960s, especially in 1964. With the rising demand for silver, many collectors have honed in on the silver content of these quarters, as 1964 and earlier coins were made of 90% silver. This makes the 1964 P quarter a popular piece for silver stackers and collectors alike. The years from the 1970s through the early 2000s saw a change in both production methods and coin composition. By 1965, the U.S. Mint switched to a clad composition, a copper-nickel alloy, which made these later quarters less valuable in terms of metal content. However, collectors still hunt for rarities, like the 1976 bicentennial quarters. The 1976 P Washington quarter marked the nation's bicentennial and is a collector's favorite due to its unique reverse design. Though it's not rare, it holds a special place in many collections. The same goes for the 1999 P and 2000 P quarters, with statehood designs, which appeal to collectors for their historical significance. While most Washington quarters are quite affordable, there are some rare exceptions that can bring in big bucks. For example, certain varieties from the 1932 and 1964 series are considered key dates. A high-grade 1932 P Washington quarter can fetch as much as $1,000 or more, and even higher if it's graded MS-65 or better. That's because of the relatively low mintage of just over 5 million. Now, let's talk about the importance of the P Mint mark. As the Philadelphia Mint produced the largest number of quarters, its mint mark is often seen as a symbol of authenticity and origin. Coins with the P Mint mark minted after 1980 have become more collectible, especially with variations in design or minting errors, driving up their worth. In today's coin market, Washington quarters are still a popular choice among collectors. Auction prices for high-grade or rare Mint mark quarters can range anywhere from a few dollars for common circulation coins to thousands of dollars for those in exceptional condition or with minting errors. As of today, the market value of a 1889 to 2006 Mint mark Washington quarter varies based on factors like condition, rarity, and demand. Generally speaking, you can expect to pay around $5 to $50 for a coin in average condition. However, specific years like the 1932p, 1964p, and 1976p are currently fetching between $100 and $1,000 for high-grade examples. Coins with special errors or rarities can go well beyond that. So, whether you're a seasoned coin collector or just starting out, the 1889 to 2006 Mint mark Washington quarters are definitely worth paying attention to. Their value history is rich, and if you have a few tucked away in your collection, you might just have a hidden gem. Be sure to check for minting errors, rare varieties, and those key dates. Who knows, your next find could be worth more than you ever imagined. Thanks for joining us today. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the Washington quarter's value history and current market trends, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more coin collecting content. Until next time, happy collecting! Hey everyone! Welcome back to the channel. If you love learning about rare and valuable coins, you're in the right place. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of the 1906 Liberty No Mint mark fine silver $1 coin, a coin that holds a lot of history, value, and potential for collectors. We'll explore its origins, its significance in U.S. history, and why this coin is worth a lot of money today. So, let's get started. Before we jump into its value, let's talk about the 1906 Liberty No Mint mark coin's history, design, and how it came to be. This coin is part of the famous Liberty Head series, a design that was used for U.S. silver dollars from 1840 to 1904. But the 1906 coin is particularly special because of the intricate details and rarity that make it a favorite among coin collectors. So, here's a quick rundown. In 1906, the U.S. Mint produced a $1 coin featuring the iconic Liberty Head design on the obverse, with the eagle perched on a branch on the reverse. This coin was minted as part of the Morgan Dollar series, which ran from 1878 to 1904 and had a brief revival in 1921. However, the 1906 version stands out due to its no mint mark designation. First, let's break down the design elements. The obverse features the portrait of Lady Liberty, facing left, with her hair tied up in a bun and a laurel wreath on her head. Above her head is the word Liberty, and around the rim, you'll see 13 stars representing the original 13 colonies. The reverse depicts a majestic eagle, clutching arrows and an olive branch, with the words United States of America and $1. Now, the 1906 coin was minted without a mint mark, which is quite significant because the U.S. Mint traditionally used a mint mark to indicate the location of the coin's production. The absence of the mint mark means the coin was minted in Philadelphia, the main minting facility at the time. This feature makes the coin more unique and adds a level of intrigue to its story. To understand the value of this coin, let's take a step back into history. The early 1900s were an interesting time for America. The country was on the brink of industrialization, and there were vast changes in the economy, culture, and politics. The 1906 Liberty No Mint mark silver dollar was produced during this period, when the nation was beginning to recover from the financial panics of the previous decades. It was also the year of the devastating San Francisco earthquake, which destroyed much of the city, including many coin collections. The destruction of such collections has made coins from that era even rarer and more desirable. Now, let's talk about the value of the 1906 Liberty No Mint mark coin today. While it may have been worth just $1 when it was minted over a century ago, its current market value has skyrocketed due to its rarity and demand among collectors. The value of the 1906 Liberty dollar can vary depending on its condition and grade, but generally, here's what you can expect in today's market. Here are the general market values for the 1906 Liberty No Mint mark coin based on its grade. In good condition, G4 $350 $400 in fine condition, F12 $600 $700 in very fine condition, VF20 $1,000 1 $200 in extra fine condition, EF $41,500 $2,000 in about uncirculated condition, negative $50 Australian dollars $2,500 $3,000 in uncirculated condition, MS60 and above $5,000 to $6,000 or more. As you can see, the better the condition, the higher the price. But let's be real, finding one of these coins in mint or near mint condition is quite rare, and when one does pop up on the market, it often fetches impressive prices at auctions. Let's quickly talk about what makes these coins so valuable. First, it's the rarity. Only a limited number of coins were minted in 1906, and considering that many of these coins were circulated extensively, those that have survived in excellent condition are incredibly rare. Second, collector demand plays a huge role in the value of this coin. Many collectors focus on the Morgan dollar series, especially those without mint marks like the 1906, which are considered particularly collectible. Coins like the 1906 Liberty No Mint Mark silver dollar are frequently sold at coin auctions, where they attract bids from serious collectors looking to complete their sets or invest in high-quality pieces. The highest auction prices for coins in MS65 or higher can exceed $10,000, depending on the market and the buyer's interest. So, if you're a coin collector or an investor looking for a valuable piece, here are a few tips for spotting a 1906 Liberty No Mint Mark silver dollar. Examine the condition. The higher the grade, the higher the value. A coin that's been well preserved will fetch more money. Check for rare variations. Some 1906 coins have slight variations in the design, which could make them even more valuable. Get a professional appraisal. If you think you have a 1906 Liberty dollar, having it appraised by a professional coin grader can help you understand its true market value. To wrap up, the 1906 Liberty No Mint Mark fine silver $1 coin is a true treasure in the world of coin collecting. Its rich history, iconic design, and rarity make it an in-demand piece for collectors. And as we've seen, this coin can be worth a lot of money, especially if you have one in great condition. If you have any of these coins or have spotted one in a collection, it could be worth your time to get it appraised or even put it up for sale. Remember, coin values can fluctuate, but rare finds like these always hold a special place in the numismatic world. Thanks for tuning in today, and make sure to hit that like button if you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to subscribe for more content on valuable coins. Until next time, happy collecting. Hello, collectors and coin enthusiasts. Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving deep into a coin that many people overlook but has a surprising amount of value, the 1990 Mint Mark Jefferson nickel. While it may seem like just another common nickel, the 1990 has gained a reputation among collectors for being worth much more than its face value. Today, we're going to talk about why this nickel is worth a lot of money, explore its history, and give you an idea of its current market value. To understand the value of the 1990 Jefferson nickel, let's first take a quick look at its history. The Jefferson nickel was first minted in 1938 and featured the profile of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and Monticello, Jefferson's home, on the reverse. The design has remained largely the same for decades, with only minor updates and changes to the coin's composition and design over the years. The 1990 Jefferson nickel was minted at the Denver Mint, indicated by the D Mint mark. The coin is made of a copper-nickel alloy and weighs 5 grams. In terms of design, the 1990 nickel follows the classic Jefferson motif, which has become a staple of American numismatics. While millions of these coins were produced, certain characteristics of the 1990 Jefferson nickel make it stand out among its peers. The United States Mint produced over 600 million of these coins, so it's not exactly rare in terms of mintage. However, there are several factors that make certain 1990 nickels highly desirable and valuable. Cut to shots of different Jefferson nickels in various conditions. Condition is one of the most important factors in determining the value of any coin, including the 1990 Jefferson nickel. The higher the grade or condition of the coin, the more valuable it can be. Coins that are in pristine, uncirculated condition can command significantly higher prices. So, what makes the 1990 Jefferson nickel worth a lot of money? Well, while most of these coins are worth only 5 cents in circulation, some of them are much rarer. The key lies in a variety of errors, minting irregularities, and the overall condition of the coin. Some 1990 nickels are sought after due to minting errors. For example, certain nickels might have a double die error, which results in a visible doubling of the design elements, making them stand out. These errors are considered rare, and collectors are willing to pay a premium for these unique specimens. One of the most notable types of 1990 Jefferson nickels is the double die variety. This error occurs when the coin's die is misaligned during the minting process, causing certain details to appear twice. If you're lucky enough to find a 1990 nickel with this type of error, you're looking at a much higher value than a standard nickel. Coins with these rare errors can fetch anywhere from $50 to $200, depending on the severity of the doubling and the overall condition of the coin. And it doesn't stop there. Coins that are graded as uncirculated or in higher grades, such as MS65 or higher, can also command higher premiums. This is because collectors are always on the lookout for high-quality examples of these coins to add to their collections. Now, let's talk about the current market value of the 1990 Jefferson nickel. As we mentioned, a regular circulated coin is still worth just 5 cents, but if you have an uncirculated or error coin, the value can increase dramatically. In recent years, high-grade examples of the 1990 Jefferson nickel have been selling for anywhere from $50 to $300. And coins with rare minting errors, such as the double die or other unique features, have been known to sell for even higher, sometimes reaching $500 or more, depending on the severity and demand. So, how can you tell if your 1990 nickel is valuable? It's all about inspection. First, check the coin for any visible doubling or other minting errors. Use a magnifying glass or a coin loupe to closely examine the design details, especially on the date, the lettering, and Monticello on the reverse side. Next, examine the overall condition of the coin. Look for any signs of wear, scratches, or damage. A coin that is well preserved with no visible signs of wear is more likely to be worth a premium. If you find a valuable 1990 Jefferson nickel, you may be wondering where to sell it. There are many reputable platforms for selling coins, including online auction sites like eBay, specialized coin dealers, and even local coin shops. It's always a good idea to get your coin professionally graded by services like PCGS or NGC before selling, as this will help confirm its value and make it easier to sell to collectors. To wrap it up, the 1990 Jefferson nickel is more than just a typical nickel. While most of them are worth their face value, the rare minting errors and high-quality examples can make this coin a hidden gem for collectors. If you're lucky enough to find one of these rare varieties, you could be holding a coin worth hundreds of dollars or more. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you have any questions or thoughts about the 1990 Jefferson nickel, or any other rare coins, drop them in the comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Until next time, happy collecting! Hey, coin collectors and enthusiasts! Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell so you don't miss out on any valuable coin tips and deep dives. Today, we're going to explore a coin that might just be hiding in your pocket change, the 1991 P Mint Mark Jefferson nickel. But here's the catch: this coin is worth a lot more than just 5 cents. Stick around as we dive into its value, history, and the market trends that make it so sought after. The 1991 Jefferson nickel is part of the famous series of 5-cent coins that have been produced by the U.S. Mint since 1938. The Jefferson nickel features the iconic portrait of President Thomas Jefferson on the obverse, designed by Felix Schlag, and Monticello, Jefferson's Virginia home, on the reverse. Now let's break it down. You'll notice the P Mint mark on this particular coin, which means it was minted at the Philadelphia Mint. The 1991 P is notable because it was one of the last years the mint mark was placed on the obverse side, right next to Jefferson's portrait. The coin's design has stayed relatively consistent, but this year marks an interesting period in the history of U.S. coinage. To understand why the 1991 P Jefferson nickel is so valuable today, let's take a brief look back at the 1990s. The U.S. economy was experiencing growth after the early 90s recession, and the U.S. Mint was focused on keeping coin production running smoothly. But there were a few interesting things happening in the coin world during that time. In 1991, the U.S. Mint was still producing coins in large quantities, but collectors were already beginning to take notice of certain offbeat coins. While the Jefferson nickel wasn't known for high value during its regular minting years, certain issues began to stand out as rare finds, and a few unique features began to emerge with specific years. The 1991 P nickel may seem like just another coin at first glance, but it's the unique characteristics that can make these coins valuable today. Here's where it gets interesting. Most 1991 P Jefferson nickels in circulation are worth just 5 cents, like any other nickel. But some 1991 P nickels have been reported as being worth much more. That's because of the rarity factor, particularly when it comes to error or unusual variations. Over the years, certain 1991 P nickels have been found with off-center strikes, unusual die marks, or even double dies that make them far more valuable. Some of these rare coins have been sold at auction for hundreds, and even thousands of dollars. The condition of the coin plays a huge role in its value as well. Coins that are in mint or uncirculated condition tend to command higher prices. A typical 1991 P Jefferson nickel that's still in circulation will fetch only a few dollars, but a perfectly preserved specimen with a rare error? That's a different story. So, just how much is a 1991 P Jefferson nickel worth today? Well, the standard value for a 1991 P nickel in average circulation condition is still close to its face value, just 5 cents. However, rare coins and higher grade examples can easily fetch anywhere from $20 to $500, depending on the condition and any errors present. In fact, a particularly well-preserved 1991 P nickel with an error was recently auctioned for over $3,000. These high-end sales are rare, but they show how much collectors are willing to pay for the right coin in the right condition. So, how do you know if your 1991 P nickel is worth more than just 5 cents? Let's go over a few tips to help you identify if you've got a hidden gem in your collection. First, look for any signs of damage or unusual wear, like an off-center strike or doubling on the date or mint mark. The next thing you should check is the overall condition. The higher the grade, meaning fewer scratches, wear, or discoloration, the more likely the coin will be worth something. If you find one that's in excellent condition with no significant wear and tear, consider getting it graded by a professional service like PCGS or NGC. They can give you a precise value and determine whether it's worth sending to auction. Collectors have always had a strong affinity for Jefferson nickels. The entire series, from 1938 up to today, holds a special place in numismatic history. The 1991 P nickel, with its unique design and possible errors, is particularly appealing to those who collect coins based on rarity and unique characteristics. Over the years, we've seen some incredible sales from this series, and it's only grown in popularity. To wrap up, the 1991 P Jefferson nickel might seem like a simple coin, but it holds significant value for collectors, especially those looking for rare errors or well-preserved examples. If you happen to have one, it's worth taking a closer look before spending it. And if you're interested in collecting or learning more about valuable coins, you're in the right place. Be sure to subscribe for more in-depth looks at rare coins. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time on the channel. Happy hunting, coin collectors! Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're a coin collector or someone who's interested in the fascinating world of rare and valuable coins, you're in for a treat today. In this video, we're diving deep into the 1996 D Mint Mark Roosevelt dime. It's a coin that you might have in your change jar, but it could be worth a lot more than you'd expect. We're going to explore its history, the factors that make it so valuable, and just how much you can potentially get for one today. So, if you're ready to learn about this hidden gem in the world of numismatics, let's get started. First, let's set the stage. The Roosevelt dime, featuring President Franklin D. Roosevelt, was introduced in 1946 to honor the late president, who had passed away a year earlier. Designed by the famous sculptor John R. Cynic, this dime has been in circulation for decades, and it's one of the most widely known coins in the United States. The Roosevelt dime is made of a copper-nickel blend, and its main feature, besides Roosevelt's profile, is a torch, an olive branch, and an oak branch on the reverse side, symbolizing liberty, peace, and strength. Now, we're specifically focusing on the 1996 D-Mint Mark dime. To understand its significance, we need to break down what sets it apart from the millions of other dimes produced that year. The 1996 D-Mint Mark Roosevelt dime isn't particularly rare in terms of how many were made. The U.S. Mint produced millions of these dimes. However, like with many coins, it's the condition, rarity, and specific characteristics that can make certain dimes extremely valuable. And the 1996 D is a prime example of this. Point 1. Errors and variety coins. A lot of valuable coins are worth a lot more because they have some form of error or unique feature that sets them apart. For the 1996 D Roosevelt dime, the primary reason this coin can have an increased value is due to certain minting errors, such as die cracks. A die crack can appear on the coin's surface, sometimes resulting in a noticeable raised line that creates a design error. Off-center strikes. Sometimes, the coin gets struck in a way that makes it slightly off-center, which can make it much more collectible. Double die errors. While this particular dime is not as famous for double die errors as some other coins, any slight variation in the minting process can cause it to be more valuable. If your 1996 D Roosevelt dime has any of these features or other unusual characteristics, it could definitely increase its worth. You'll want to have it graded by a professional coin grading service like PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, or NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, to get an accurate valuation. So, what's the current value of a 1996 D Roosevelt dime? Let's break it down. Standard condition. If you find a 1996 D Roosevelt dime in average condition, graded around MS60 to MS63, it will generally be worth only a little above its face value, usually ranging from 10 to 50 cents. This is because the mint produced a lot of these dimes, and there's nothing particularly rare about a coin in average circulation. Mint state coins, MS65 and higher. If your coin is in excellent condition, with minimal wear and no noticeable scratches or marks, you could expect the coin to be worth around $1 to $5. In this range, the coin is considered to be in mint state, meaning it was likely taken out of circulation and well preserved. High-grade coins, MS67 and higher. When you're talking about coins in pristine condition, like those graded MS67 or MS68, the value goes up significantly. These dimes could fetch anywhere between $10 and $50, depending on the overall quality and how well the coin has been preserved over the years. Error coins. Now, if you're lucky enough to find a 1996 D Roosevelt dime with a significant error, such as an off-center strike or die crack, this is where the big money comes in. These coins can range from $100 to even $500 or more, depending on the severity and uniqueness of the error. Several factors can affect the price of your 1996 D Roosevelt dime. Let's look at some of them. 1. Coin condition. Grading the condition of a coin plays a huge role in determining its value. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect coin. A higher grade means the coin is more valuable. Point 2. Mint mark and rarity. The 1996 D Roosevelt dime is quite common, so just the mint mark alone doesn't increase its value. However, any anomalies, like those discussed earlier, make it much rarer. Point 3. Collectability. Some collectors may specifically look for dimes from certain years, especially when they are trying to complete a set or find a unique piece for their collection. The demand for specific years and mint marks can fluctuate, affecting the price. If you believe your 1996 D Roosevelt dime is worth something significant, there are several places where you can sell it, Online auction sites. Like eBay, many collectors turn to platforms like eBay to buy and sell rare coins. You can auction your dime to the highest bidder, potentially fetching a great price if it's in demand. Coin dealers and shops. If you're not familiar with selling online, consider taking your dime to a professional coin dealer. They can appraise your coin, give you an accurate value, and even offer to buy it. Coin shows and conventions. Attending a local coin show is another excellent way to connect with other collectors and dealers. You might find someone willing to pay a premium for your rare coin. The 1960 Roosevelt dime might not be the rarest or most famous coin out there, but when you look closer, it could hold significant value, especially if it's in mint condition or has some kind of minting error. Whether you've inherited a collection, found one in your change, or just stumbled upon it while doing research, knowing the value of your coins can be a game changer for your collection. Make sure to carefully inspect any coins you come across, and consider getting them professionally graded if you think they might be valuable. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more coin content, and share your thoughts in the comments. Have you ever found a rare Roosevelt dime, or do you have any interesting coin stories to share? I'd love to hear from you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time with more coin tips, tricks, and hidden treasures. Hey there, coin collectors and history buffs. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to dive into the world of a unique and valuable coin, the 2007 Mint Mark Jefferson nickel. This little nickel has been making waves in the coin world with its surprising worth, and you might be sitting on a small fortune without even knowing it. But before we jump into its value, history, and current market worth, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon so you don't miss out on more coin tips and tricks. Now, let's get started. So, what exactly is the 2007 Jefferson nickel? This coin is part of the ongoing Jefferson nickel series, which was first introduced in 1938. The 2007 coin is notable for being minted at the Philadelphia Mint, which is why it carries the P Mint marked out on the front. You'll see the iconic portrait of Thomas Jefferson, designed by Felix Schlag, who originally designed the image used for the coin back in 1938. And on the reverse, there's a design that features Jefferson's home, Monticello, which has been part of the coin's design since its inception. Now, let's take a quick look at the history of the Jefferson nickel. This coin has gone through several redesigns since it was first introduced. The 2007 version was part of the Westward Journey nickel series, which began in 2004. This series commemorates the Lewis and Clark expedition and features new designs on the reverse of the coin. While the 2007 design wasn't a huge departure from the traditional Monticello design, it did mark an important part of the series. For the 2007 nickel, the Mint produced millions of these coins, meaning they're not exactly rare by circulation standards. However, rare errors or specific conditions can make these coins far more valuable than their face value. You might be wondering, why is the 2007 Jefferson nickel worth more than just 5 cents? Well, it comes down to a few key factors, including rarity, condition, and even potential minting errors. For starters, the 2007 Jefferson nickel isn't particularly rare in terms of mintage numbers. The Philadelphia Mint produced more than 600 million of these coins. But here's where things get interesting. Not all 2007 nickels are created equal. Some of them have unique characteristics that set them apart and increase their value. Let's talk about some of the errors and variations that can make a 2007 Jefferson nickel worth a lot of money. Error coins are often the key to high-value finds, and the 2007 series has some interesting ones. One common error to watch out for is a double die reverse, where the reverse of the coin shows a doubled image of Monticello. This can occur during the minting process when the coin dies are misaligned. If you find a 2007 nickel with this error, you could be holding a coin worth hundreds, or even thousands, of dollars. Another error to look for is struck-through debris. This occurs when foreign material, like grease or metal shavings, gets caught on the die during the minting process. These mistakes are rare and can make a coin more valuable depending on the severity of the error. In addition to errors, the coin's condition plays a huge role in its value. Coins that have been well preserved or are in near perfect condition, like a coin rated MS-67 or higher, can command significantly higher prices, sometimes in the hundreds of dollars range. So, the better the condition, the better the value. Now, let's talk numbers. As of today, the 2007 P. Jefferson nickel in average condition is worth just a few cents above face value, around 10 to 20 cents in most cases. However, if you have one in excellent condition or one with a minting error, the value can increase dramatically. For example, if you have a 2007 P. Jefferson nickel in gem condition, like MS-65 or higher, it could be worth anywhere from $10 to $30. But if you have a 2007 P nickel with an error like the double die reverse or another unique minting mistake, its value could skyrocket to $500, $1,000, or even more. The highest prices are usually seen at auctions, where collectors who are specifically looking for these rarities are willing to pay top dollar. So, how can you tell if your 2007 P. Jefferson nickel is worth more than 5 cents? It all comes down to a few simple steps. 1. Check for errors. Look for double designs, particularly on the reverse with Monticello. 2. Inspect the coin's condition. If it's shiny, with no signs of wear or damage, it could be worth more than you think. 3. Use a magnifying glass or loupe to check for subtle details that could indicate an error coin. If you think you've found something special, it's always a good idea to get your coin graded by a professional service like the PCGS or NGC. They can determine the exact grade and value of your coin, which can be a game changer when it comes to selling it. And that's it for today's deep dive into the 2007 P. Jefferson nickel. While most of these coins won't make you rich, there are certainly some rare and valuable ones out there that could be worth a lot of money. Keep your eyes peeled, and who knows, you might just have a hidden gem in your collection. Thanks for watching, and if you learned something new today, don't forget to give us a thumbs up, subscribe for more content, and leave a comment below telling us about your coin hunting adventures. Until next time, happy collecting! Welcome back, coin collectors! Today, we're diving deep into the fascinating world of the 2014 P Mint Mark Roosevelt dime. It might seem like just another dime at first glance, but what if I told you this small coin has a surprisingly interesting history and, for some, could be worth quite a bit of money today? Stick around as we explore its value, history, and why collectors are keeping a close eye on the 2014 P Roosevelt dime. Before we zoom in on the 2014 P Mint Mark dime specifically, let's take a quick moment to talk about the Roosevelt dime itself. This coin was first issued in 1946, honoring the legacy of Franklin D. Roosevelt, the 32nd President of the United States, who passed away in 1945. The coin was designed by John R. Sinek, the U.S. Mint's chief engraver at the time. As you can see, the obverse of the Roosevelt dime features President Roosevelt's portrait, while the reverse showcases a torch, olive branch, and oak branch, symbolizing freedom, peace, and strength. Now let's focus on the 2014 P Roosevelt dime. The P Mint mark refers to the Philadelphia Mint, where this particular coin was struck. This year is significant for a couple of reasons, and its rarity and demand have contributed to its growing value in the coin market. At face value, the 2014 P dime is just worth 10 cents, but as we know, not all coins are created equal, especially when it comes to rare or unique versions. So, what makes the 2014 P Roosevelt dime stand out in the world of coin collecting? While the 2014 P Roosevelt dime is not necessarily rare in terms of mintage, over 1.7 billion dimes were produced that year, it still has its place in the hearts of collectors. One key reason is its distinct mint mark. After years of absence, the Philadelphia Mint Mark P was used on regular circulation dimes starting in 2017, but the 2014 P dime stands as one of the early examples of this mint mark making a return after over 30 years of being absent from regular dimes. For many collectors, this makes the 2014 P Roosevelt dime a unique piece. The Philadelphia Mint didn't start using the P Mint mark on regular circulation dimes until after the 2013 coin series, which makes this 2014 coin a great example of the new series. Now let's talk about the value of the 2014 P. Roosevelt dime. While the standard version of the coin is worth just 10 cents, its value can vary depending on the coin's condition, its rarity, and if it's part of a special era or feature. In typical circulation, the 2014 P dime holds little more than its face value. However, for collectors, there are several ways the value can increase. Coins in mint state or uncirculated condition, especially those without scratches or signs of wear, are more highly sought after and can be worth more. Coins that are graded by professional services like the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, or Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, can fetch a premium, especially if the coin is graded MS65 or higher. In fact, at this grade, the 2014 P. Roosevelt dime could sell for $2 to $5 on average. But what about error coins? As with many coins, errors can drive prices significantly higher. If you happen to find a 2014 P. Roosevelt dime with an unusual flaw, such as a double die or a misstrike, its value could jump. For instance, certain double die errors on other dimes have been known to fetch thousands of dollars. These errors, while rare, can make the 2014 P. Roosevelt dime much more valuable than the typical specimen. For a double die error, it's not uncommon to see prices range from $100 to $500 or more, depending on the severity of the error. So, what's the current market value of the 2014 P. Roosevelt dime? As of 2024, the price for an uncirculated 2014 P dime is generally between $2 to $5. However, if the coin is in pristine condition, or if it features an error, the value could rise much higher. The presence of the P mint mark makes it an appealing choice for collectors seeking to complete their Roosevelt dime collections. The 2014 P. Roosevelt dime represents a small piece of numismatic history. With the Philadelphia Mint marks returned to regular circulation coins, this dime stands out as a symbol of that important shift. Collectors value the coin not just for its potential to grow in value, but for its place in the legacy of the Roosevelt dime series. So, there you have it. The 2014 P Mint mark Roosevelt dime might not be the rarest or most valuable coin on the market today, but it certainly has a fascinating history and potential for collectors. If you've got one in your collection, or if you come across one in circulation, keep an eye on its condition. You never know what it could be worth in the future. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more coin content. Have you found a 2014 P. Roosevelt dime in your change? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next video. Welcome back to the channel, coin collectors and history buffs. If you're a fan of rare and valuable coins, you're in for a treat today. In this video, we're diving deep into the world of the 2019 P Mint mark Roosevelt dime, a coin that's creating a buzz in the numismatic world for its surprising value. We'll explore its history, why it's worth so much, and what its current market value is. So, grab your magnifying glass, and let's get started. First things first, let's get to know the 2019 P Mint mark Roosevelt dime. Released as part of the U.S. Mint's regular production, this dime features the familiar portrait of President Franklin D. Roosevelt, designed by John R. Sinek. It's made from a mix of copper and nickel, and weighs in at just 2.27 grams. But here's the thing, it's not just any dime. The P Mint mark means this coin was produced at the Philadelphia Mint, which is notable because it's one of the few times the Mint has used the P Mint mark on dimes. The U.S. Mint typically doesn't use mint marks for dimes, so the 2019 P Mint mark stands out. Now you may be wondering, what makes this coin worth anything special? It's just a dime. Well, you're not alone in thinking that. Most dimes are worth only their face value of 10 cents, but the 2019 P Mint mark Roosevelt dime is different. This coin has garnered attention for a couple of reasons. The first reason is its rarity. This coin was produced in much smaller numbers than the usual dimes, thanks to a significant minting error. While the U.S. Mint had no plans to mint dimes with a P Mint mark, a few were released unintentionally, creating a very limited supply. Collectors went wild when they realized they could get their hands on a dime that wasn't supposed to exist. When it comes to coin collecting, errors often drive up a coin's value. And the 2019 P Mint Mark Roosevelt dime is no exception. Since the P Mint Mark was not part of the original design for the dime series, this mistake makes the coin highly sought after. Error coins are often perceived as rare treasures, and the fact that this one was accidentally released to the public only adds to its mystique. A mistake like this can result in some serious value. Even though the 2019 P Mint Mark Roosevelt dime was not intentionally created as a rare or collectible coin, its unplanned release and limited availability quickly made it a coveted item for collectors and investors alike. So, what's the 2019 P Mint Mark Roosevelt dime actually worth today? Well, the current market value can vary depending on its condition, rarity, and demand. In general, a regular 2019 P Mint Mark Roosevelt dime in average condition will sell for around $10 to $25. But here's where things get exciting. If you're lucky enough to have one in near perfect condition, especially if it's a high-grade coin like MS-67 or higher, it could fetch a price anywhere from $50 to $100 or more. And don't forget about the premium that collectors will pay for coins with unique characteristics. Coins with minting errors, misprints, or even coins from uncirculated rolls or proof sets can increase in value significantly. Before you start diving into your coin collection, you might want to know how to identify and authenticate a 2019 P Mint Mark Roosevelt dime. The P Mint Mark is located on the reverse side of the coin, just below the olive branch. This is the key feature to look for. If you're unsure whether your coin is authentic, you should definitely consider getting it graded by a professional numismatist or sending it to a reputable coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. Grading is important because the condition of the coin plays a huge role in determining its value. A coin in mint state, or MS-70, will be worth far more than a coin that's worn or damaged. So, if you find a 2019 P Roosevelt dime in great shape, you could be sitting on a little treasure. The 2019 P Mint Mark Roosevelt dime has become a popular coin for collectors. Many collectors aim to complete full sets of Roosevelt dimes from every year, and adding this era coin to their collection makes it even more exciting. If you're new to coin collecting, now might be the perfect time to start looking for one of these elusive dimes. As more collectors become aware of this rare 2019 P Mint Mark era, the demand could rise even higher, increasing its value over time. So, keep an eye out at your local coin shops or online auction sites. You never know when one of these could pop up. To wrap things up, the 2019 P Mint Mark Roosevelt dime is a fascinating coin with a rich history, unique story, and growing value. Whether you're an experienced collector or just starting your journey, this dime is definitely one to keep an eye on. Its value could continue to climb as more people discover its rarity and significance. So, do you have a 2019 P Mint Mark Roosevelt dime? Have you come across any rare or valuable coins in your collection? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to stay up to date with more coin videos just like this one. Thanks for watching, and happy collecting!